Good morning. I didn't even notice that it had changed to 4:44, but it didn't get past there, which is a good thing for me. Uh, the title today is Zeroing Out the Fictional World. I often see double fours or 44s. I was seeing double zeros too, and not seeing the significance of that until Gina pointed it out to me. Something is going on, and those of us that are receptive to the subtle energies of creation are being given little signs of change. Of course, Heather Ann and her creation of the One People's Public Trust is playing and will continue to play a big role in zeroing out the fictional world. What is the fictional world, you may ask? It is the matrix of lies in which we have been living. It is so commonplace to live in this artificial reality that most don't even notice or think about it. That is changing. Today I want to talk again from my heart about what I feel is happening in this shift of the ages from ignorance to truth, from greed to love. It was what really got my attention last night is I decided to go to bed early. I just felt tired, and so I went in and turned out the light and lay down on the bed and just glanced over at the clock. It was exactly 9 o'clock. I couldn't fall asleep. I turned my back to the clock and just felt like I was getting a download of information from Gina, who's been in her cave all yesterday and probably all today too, not communicating directly through conversation, but communicating it nevertheless through subtle energies that I was picking up throughout the day yesterday. In any case, at one point I rolled over 10:00 on the digital clock. Oh my God. That really struck home to me. And I laid there for a while longer, but was absolutely saying, okay, these are these zeros now. Now I've seen 3 of them. And 2 hours in a row, I just happened to look at the clock at exactly the on the hour time. Okay. I ended up getting up before 10:30, probably quarter after 20 after 10, and going to the computer and working on the computer for a while. And then I happened to glance at the clock after a bit, and it was 11 o'clock, right on the button. 3 hours in a row, double zeros, actually triple zeros in the middle. Okay. I went to bed again, and I woke up at 2 o'clock, right on the button. That's in 5 hours. That was 4 times I saw the hour on the hour. 4 times. 4, for those of you that don't know, is grounding. It's the number of, to me, it's the number of Earth. Now, other numerologists, and I'm not a numerologist, but others that are into numerology may have a different take. But to me, it's the 4 corners of the world, the 4 directions. It's the number of Earth. Okay? The 4 seasons. Anyway, I didn't see 3 o'clock, but I went into the meditation room a little bit past 3:30, and I had my eyes closed virtually all the time, although I did open them and it was 3:44. The next time I opened my eyes, and again, I'm not looking, 4 o'clock right on the button. And I came into the computer room at that time. Now, I normally come in somewhere around 4, but it's not always right on the dot at 4 o'clock. But today, since 9 o'clock last night, 5 times now, I've seen the hour on the hour. 5 times since 9 o'clock last night, and it's not 5 o'clock yet in the morning. So in less than 8 hours, I've seen it 5 times. Now this is, to maybe some of you, much ado about nothing. But what came to me in the meditation this morning is this is the zeroing out. And that's exactly what Heather Ann has done with her One People's Public Trust. And if you want to know what that is, just go to peoplestrust1776.org on the internet. Again, that's People's Trust, one word, all together, 1776, again, no spaces, .org. That's an internet address. Look it up. Heather has created a zeroing out of the system, basically, and she's done it using commercial code, which is a universal code. I understand it applies over the entire planet and beyond, excuse me. Here's one of her papers. I've printed out a whole bunch of her papers. What it does is it names the corporations, especially the United States of, all caps, America, and the states, the state of blank, fill in the blank, the state of Florida, the state of New Jersey, etc. It names them as the debtors, and it names the creditors as the United States of America, the Republic, which is founded on constitutional law and common law, and all of the people that are in the Republic are liberated by this document that zeroes out the corporations. She also has papers that zero out the Bank of International Settlement, the Federal Reserve, and basically all of the central banks are zeroed out. This is the fictional world that I'm talking about. This is the world that has enslaved humanity. This is the world of the Matrix that has made us zombies and has lulled us to sleep and into complacency so that we don't even know who we are, so that we don't even have the ability to create relationships that sustain and nurture us, so that we don't know how to raise our children, so that we don't know what's going on with the food we're eating, the air we're breathing, the water we're drinking. We are oblivious to so much that's going on right under our noses. But that's all being zeroed out as the negation is reversing. And what is the negation that I'm talking about? Well, I've been, as many of you know, involved in court matters for a good while now. And I'm coming to realize, in the most recent papers received from the court in my federal lawsuit that I filed, is that they don't have jurisdiction when truth is brought into the realm. They only have jurisdiction over the lie, over the legal fictions, which is why they put your name in all capital letters, because that makes you a legal fiction. All corporations are legal fictions. We have been turned into corporations, legal fictions. That is being exposed, and the negation is being reversed by Heather Ann and by many others that are working on this, by David Windmiller. You know, he's teaching on this, although sometimes the way he comes across is louder than the information that he's given, at least from my perspective. But he has a piece of the puzzle too, and many people do. Santo Bonacci, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of people around the world that have little pieces of the puzzle. But what is occurring is we are waking up. We are coming out of our sleep. We are coming out of the nightmare, if you will, and we're zeroing out the fictional world. We're negating that which has been negating us. And that's a reverse flow of energy. That is an antidromia. And I may be mispronouncing that, but that is a real word that I tried to use the other day, and I didn't know how to find it because I didn't know how to say it or spell it correctly. But my friend Aristo from Greece, he says it's a Greek word, and he says I know what it is, and here it is, and actually he and others sent me links to the actual word. I don't have it in front of me right now because I didn't know I was going to talk about that. However, it is a shift of everything. We're going from this world of greed where everything is based on stealing wealth from others. And by the way, we, the people, are the wealth of the world. We always have been. And the leaders of the world knew that, but they had to create a system of deception, a system of lies, so that we would give up our birthright and let them live high on the hog and live off the fat of the land, if you will, which is at our expense. So they victimized the whole world. You say, Ron, there are no victims. Well, yes, there are. In three-dimensional reality, there are victims. Now, you have to work your way out of victimhood. You have to wake up and take responsibility. But when you're in ignorance, you're a victim. You're a victim of your own ignorance, if nothing else. But the victimhood runs much deeper than just ignorance. The victimhood touches every part of our bodies, every part of our lives, every part of our spirit and our soul. Everything is affected by the lie, by the falsehood, by the fictional world. Everything is affected in what we experience. That's all changing as we move to love. Those of you that have watched the last couple of days know that I'm in a place of tremendous love, and there's so much that I have to learn about this. I'm creating with Gina something that I admit that I have glimmers of it, but I don't know really what it looks like, and I don't know exactly what the new world will look like, but I know it's beautiful. I can feel it. I can feel it in my very being, in my soul, in my heart. I can feel it. And many others are feeling it too. I don't share these things with you to try to change your mind. If you're believing something else, you can keep on believing what you're believing. But I want you to know that if you are longing for something more, if you have ideas and you're getting impulses and impressions of something better and something greater, I'm validating you in what you're getting because I'm getting them too. And there's lots of people all over the world that are getting them as we're zeroing out the fictional world and stepping into the truth, stepping into the love, stepping into the grace, the compassion, the wisdom, the knowledge, all of which sets us free, all of which burns within us and has been burning within us for a long time, but now that flame of freedom is becoming an unquenchable fire, a fire that can't be put out. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I thank people like Heather Ann for the work that she has done and the contribution she has made. It is huge, folks. It is a huge contribution. And I was invited by, I don't remember his name, Brian, I think it was, who's working with, oh God, I shouldn't, why did I do this to myself? Go to my inbox here. Oh, why did I? Come on. Okay, I've got it here coming up right now. Well, I thought I did. I don't. All right, where's Brian? Okay. Holy mackerel. Oh, here it is. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lisa Harrison. That's the name that I was looking for. She's from Australia, does excellent interviews and stuff like that. He's working with her, and they're doing a thing about the One Voice, a segment called One Voice of the One People's Public Trust, and they've asked me to participate in that thing, which I'm only too happy to do. But these things are going out all over the world. It's sending out ripple effects all over the world, and people will be waking up exponentially, en masse. People will be waking up more and more from the slumber and sleep. This is a beautiful thing. Folks, we're zeroing out the fictional world. We're moving into a new reality. Whether you believe it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, this is what's happening. And for those of you that want positive change, this is occurring. The positive change is at our doorstep. It's actually here, and it's going to be like a flood overtaking the entire planet. An awakening, such as the world has not seen in a very long time. Probably ever. Thank you for listening. Namaste.